If you are struggling to get business credit cards, I'm going to show you some of the easiest soft pull business credit cards you should start with as a new business. All right. But one question I do want to ask you guys, especially when you have bad credit, do you guys have this Spark Classic business credit card? And if not, why? Now, this is not a soft pull credit card. I'm going to talk about those in a minute. But one of the things about this here credit card, you can get it with fair credit. So what that means is that you can have a 580 credit score. Also, I've been telling you guys, even if you had an account with Capital One in the past that went bad, and if it was a charge off and it's over a year old, that may not disqualify you for this card. Now, I have seen people with a 580 credit score, that same situation, and I talked to one of the people that work at Capital One. And the thing about it, they said that this here card, Spark Classic, because it is a business credit card, you may still qualify for this here card. Now, the thing about it, I get it. Most people don't want the 3 inquiries on the credit file because, yes, this card reports on the personal and business. But at the same time, when you're trying to start up your business, you need a business credit card. Now, here's the thing about it. I tell people about Capital One. Capital One is one of those tier 1 banks. And the reason they're a tier 1 bank because they report to most of the business credit bureaus. Now, what that means is they report to Experian Business, Equifax Business. That information is shared with Dun & Bradstreet and picked up by Small Business Financial Exchange, right? So that's the reason I tell you this is probably one of the easiest cards, especially if you have at least a 580 credit score to go after, right? Now, that being said, some of these other business credit cards that you may want to take a look at. You have the Shell Fleet Card. All right. Now with the Shell Fleet Card, some people may be wondering, well, how many accounts I have to, how many net 30s and stuff like that. Look, unless you're getting a vehicle under your name or something like that, under your business name, then in reference to the amount of net 30s one should be focusing on is maybe about 4 to 5 net 30s. If you're going after a vehicle now, you're going to need at least 14, especially if you don't have a long history with your business. All right. That being said, with the Shell Fleet Card, again, they're looking at Dun & Bradstreet. They're looking at your Experian Business. So it's very important that you have certain type of net 30s that are reporting in order to get this card. But you can get this card with a soft pull. So you don't have to worry about a hard inquiry on the credit file. Now, the next card we're talking about is Capital One Tap. All right. Now, Capital One Tap, they rely solely on the revenue in the business. Okay. Solely on the revenue in the business. Now, here's the thing about it. In reference to the amount of revenue in the business, you're looking at an average about $2,500 a month for at least 6 months. Sorry about the noise because my rabbit wants to play this morning. That being said, one of the things I continue to tell people, if you are a sole prop, then they may not want to work with you. They don't work with sole props, all right? Now, what that means is that if you're a DBA, a sole proprietor, basically. So by you doing those things, you're missing out on a lot of opportunity to raise capital for your business, even if you have bad credit, okay? And so that's the thing about it. A lot of people sleep on. Even if they have bad credit, they don't want to structure the business, so they miss out on a lot of opportunities. Now, here's the thing about it. They will use Plaid. Capital One Tap will use Plaid to verify the income in the business. So whatever you state on the application, don't be surprised if they come back and say, well, we need to see invoices, or we want to do a 4506T. Now, if they want to do a 4506T and see your taxes and everything, it's up to you. But here's the thing about it. Without certain documentation that you don't provide, they will shut your account down. All right. So that's something that you really have to take into consideration. So be very careful when applying for this here card. All right. Now, you have another revenue based card, and that's with Bill.com. Now, with Bill.com, the situation is that it's all revenue. Again, they may use Decision Logic, they may use Plaid to check and verify income and stuff like that. But here's the breakdown. All right. So they offer you 1 week, 2 weeks, or a month. Now, the shorter the time span in terms of them giving you access to capital on your charge card is that 1 week, that means you'll get more money. The longer the term period, like 30 days, they'll give you less money. All right. So some people don't like the card because they're like, well, this here just doesn't fit my situation or whatever. But at the same time, if you're trying to build up like you're done in Bradstreet File, and they report the Small Business Financial Exchange as well. All right. So if you're still trying to build up your, like I said, DMB file, then this is a great card for you to have. All right. Now, the next card we're going to be talking about is this NAV Prime card. And look, I talk a lot about this card. The reason that I tell people you should go after this card, because one, is no credit check. Okay. You don't have to do no deposits. Another thing about it, it gives you 2 trade lines, right? So you get one for the card and you get one for the membership. This is very good, especially when you're trying to build up your business credit. Now, they focus more on the reporting on your Experian business and Equifax business, but they also give you access to your DMB file plus your personal file. So with your personal file, they're going to give you a Vantage score. So that's something you have to look out for. But in reference to this NAV Prime card, it definitely should be on your list to get. Now, like I said in other videos, people may get this card, okay? It's like a charge card, all right? But they do not use the card. So if you don't use the card, they can't pick up the data. They can't report anything about your business credit. All right. You have to use the card. So just keep that in mind. This is a good opportunity, especially when you're trying to build up your business credit file. This is a great opportunity to take advantage of this card. All right. Now, the next card is the secured card. And this is with Bank of America. All right. So with this here Bank of America card, again, you have to put up 1,000. I want to show you. Come here. You want to say hi? You on camera? Now you. All right. So put her down. Sorry about that. She gets real antsy at times. Now, going back to this Bank of America Unlimited Cash Rewards Master Secured card. The thing about it, $1,000 you have to put down on it. However, one of the things about it, it does report to Equifax Business. So that's the great opportunity for this here card. It does report to Equifax Business, right? The next card that a lot of people go after is this Sam's Club Business Credit Card, all right? Now, here's the thing about it with the Sam's Club Business Credit Card is that you need at least an 80 Paydex score and at least a 79 or higher Experian score. All right. Now, here's the thing about it. When applying for this card, it's always best if you can go on the inside and apply for this here card. It'll make things so much easier for you in reference to communication. Yes, this is soft pull EIN. Now, here's the thing about it. The next account we're talking about is this Wayfair Professional. All right. So say that you had a Wayfair personal account. They will be able to convert this over to a Wayfair Professional. And that means that your terms change, right? And so you're on like a net 60. Now with Wayfair, they are backed by Capital One. All right. So if you're getting into like Airbnb or flipping properties, or you into some type of design, anything like that, then this is definitely a great account to have. All right, it definitely helps you with your business credit as well. All right, now the next one is Citizens. All right, so with Citizens, this is where I tell you guys you need to groom the account. All right, and so what that means is that when you approach Citizens, you should open up a personal account as well as a business account. All right, and I would tell you, I would not, if you can avoid it, I would not apply for their business credit card for at least 60 to 90 days. All right. Especially if I don't have a good relationship and my credit is not that strong. Now, they do offer a soft pull. They pull Equifax. Okay. So that's a good part about it. They do pull Equifax and it is a soft pull. But for many people, when they join a bank, they just automatically start applying, right? And sometimes, again, depending on your credit score, this may work. But if you don't have the best credit, if you just hovering around a 680, 690, I would probably wait, right? I would probably wait and give it at least 60 to 90 days with some deposits, and then I would go after this here card, all right? Now, the next card, now this is a hard pull now, is the GM. But the reason that it's on the list is because it's Equifax FICO 9. Okay, and I always tell you guys, when you have a Vantage scorecard or a FICO 9 scorecard, those are low hanging fruit. And so, what I mean by that is that you can have authorized users on the file and they won't count it against you. You can have rental payments, utilities, and you can have subscriptions, and they will not count that against you. That's the reason I would go after this card. All right, and it is Equifax. All right. Then there's one other card, and it is a hard pull as well. But here's the thing about it, about these hard pull cards, especially business credit card, you can actually challenge those once you get the card, because it's not related and it's on your personal credit file. They would actually remove it. So I would be careful, right? Because sometimes when you challenge an inquiry, especially if you're saying, well, it's fraud, do not tell them it's fraud. Reason is because if you tell them it's fraud, they're going to notify the company and the company will shut your card down. Do not do that. All right. Now, Corpay. All right. So here's the deal with Corpay. You need at least I think it's a 600 credit score. Now they report to Experian, Equifax, and Dun and Bradstreet. All right, and it's kind of like a charge card as well, but it's easy to get. If you got a 600 credit score, you should not be worried about not getting this here card. They're very easy to get. All right. Now, I hope this video helps you and gives you more understanding on how to leverage, especially as a new business. If you have any questions, you can click the link in the description, schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.